Well, hello. I'm Glendale City Councilman Bart Turner. I represent the Barrel District here in the city, which runs roughly from Northern Avenue to Cactus Road and from 51st to our border on the west with the city of Peoria, more or less along 67th Avenue. As you can see, I'm standing in front of the Glendale Adult Center this morning, and I'm bringing you inside the Adult Center to see all of the wide range of things that we offer here. We have any number of activities in-house, we have a lunch program, we have courses you can take, we have activities that even occur outside the Adult Center that you can participate as well. So again, welcome to Glendale Today, and let's go inside. Well, you might be wondering exactly where the Glendale Adult Center is located. I'm sure you know where our main library is at the corner of 59th Avenue and Brown Street. Well, if you go just a little bit west on Brown Street, on the right-hand side, you'll see the entrance to the parking lot. As you can see, we've now come into the lobby of the Adult Center here in Glendale. Behind me is the registration desk where you'd want to check in when you arrive. This lobby area is really multi-purpose. Today, in fact, we have someone from the public library here that's helping people enroll to get library cards. We often use this as a voting location for our elections. It's also been used to help people enroll in the Silver Sneakers program, which is something you'll hear maybe a little bit more about later. So this is really, the whole facility is multi-purpose, but this lobby really gets a lot of use too. Now behind the registration desk is where our recreation staff is located. And I have with me a guest today, Mr. Anthony Garcia. Anthony's a recreation coordinator here at the Adult Center. Anthony, thanks for being with me on the program
Turner,
today.
welcome.
Well,
Thank you for being here.
Very much. It's a great pleasure. I love showing off the great things about Glendale, and this is certainly one of them.
It sure is.
Yes. Now, maybe you can give me a little bit of the history of the Adult Center, when it was built, and also tell me some about the service level here, how many people we serve.
Sure. The Adult Center was built in 2003, so we're very centrally located in Glendale, and right now we have 1,700 registered members.
Wow. That's quite a service group for us. It's probably one of our larger programs here in the city.
It is. We have, and I believe that that's because we have a variety of programs and we meet a lot of needs in the community.
I would agree with that. Just off the top of your head, what are some of the things that we offer here?
Okay, one of the biggest offerings that we have here at the Adult Center is our fitness classes. We have a large variety of fitness classes. They meet a variety of physical needs, and so we have some very high impact. We go to kind of a medium impact, low impact. We have Zumba Monday through Friday, so that's a big draw for us. So that fitness is one of the biggest draws that we have.
Okay, great. Now, I was going to ask you about membership. Do people need to purchase a membership here, or how does that work?
Residents can buy a $10 membership for 3 months or $40 for the year. Non-residents, we charge $15 for 3 months and $60 for a year. We do have a drop-in membership. If you just want to drop in for the day, that's $2, but we always invite anybody from the community for a one-time free visit, so please come and enjoy that benefit.
Who all is a membership available to?
Since we're the Glendale Adult Center, that's anybody that's 18 years or older is welcome to come.
All of our adults, so it's not a senior center, it's for adults of all ages.
No, a senior center would be more restrictive, so we have adults 18 and older.
Now I understand too, Anthony, that the Adult Center has just expanded its hours. So what are the hours for the center?
In the past, the hours were Monday through Thursday, 8 to 5, and leadership has given us permission to increase our hours Monday through Thursday, 8 to 7 p.m.
Excellent, so much more convenient.
It is. We're looking forward to having that after-work crowd being drawn in by those additional hours.
Well, and we're glad to be able to extend the hours for this program. It you do me a favor and give me a tour of the facility?
I'd really like to do that, yes.
Let's take a walk.
All right. This is our computer lab. We have 16 computers here. We offer the lab. It's available anytime that we're open. We have a few people in here right now, but on some days, every computer is full.
Wow. So you offer classes here so that people can learn how to use computers and that sort of thing, correct?
That's correct. We have open lab, and anytime after that, we have basic hands-on computer classes for those people who may have not had a lot of experience with computers. They may have a little bit of fear of technology. We keep the numbers low. We usually don't have more than 8 students so that the instructor can go from person to person. They meet 4 times for 2.5 hours a session, so they get a lot of instruction. They seem to be very successful after the class.
Oh, great. So it's specifically designed for beginners that might be a little bit computer shy and really not know how to get started.
Absolutely, and this is the place for them to get started.
Place to get started.
Yes.
So, and then you also mentioned that there's open time where people can just come in and use the computers if they want to check their own emails or do maybe Skype or some video work with, video conferencing with family at home or across the country, that sort of thing?
That's correct, yes. That's actually the most use of the lab. People want to come in and use the computer a la carte, so they come in. We do have some people that spend a large amount of time and they have a variety of activities that they like to do on the computer, but it can also be just for the person that is already in the center, and then they come in and check their emails. We have a lot of members who correspond with their families and grandkids especially, and so that some of them have taken the class and other ones just had the skill on their own.
Okay, and they could have access to Facebook here probably,
Yes,
so
they
that
can,
they could
yes.
see what their family members have posted in the way of photographs or things like that if they want to.
Yes, we have many members checking in on their families.
That's
here.
great. I've noticed several signs around already that say free public Wi-Fi is available, so that would work even on handheld devices like this, correct?
Yes, that's very new for us. Again, that's another benefit that we have just been given. Our leadership had been getting some feedback that the customers, the public had wanted Wi-Fi, and so that was brought to us just a bit less than a month ago, and so it's been very well received.
So if they had their own laptop they brought with them or a tablet or a smartphone like this, they can just hook up to the Wi-Fi
Yes, they
and
can
do
as
all
our
of
guests.
the things we were just talking about.
Yes, exactly. Yes.
Well, that's terrific.
Yes.
Now, is there a separate fee for being enrolled in the computer lab here?
The only fee that we would have is when we have additional classes, that's the added value. So the computer classes are an additional cost, but you don't have to actually be a member to take the computer class. You can start out as a non-member. What we find though is that people that come to the basic computer class wind up getting to look around the center, and so then they see what we have, and then they wind up being members.
That's great. This is a great way to introduce people to everything that's available here at the Adult
Absolutely,
Center.
it is.
Well,
Yes,
very
it
good.
is.
Thanks. So Anthony, if we could we pause right here, because in my trips to the Adult Center, I've always been impressed with how much art we have on the walls here in the hallways. Can you tell me anything about that?
Yes, we're very lucky to have that, and leadership was proactive, and when the building was created, they have this infrastructure put in so that we would have these art up.
And my understanding is that this art is been purchased through the city's 1% for the art program, where 1% of every capital project we do goes to purchase art to be displayed in public places. And that's where the statues that we have in our parks and art on the walls of all of our buildings in City Hall come from. So, and a lot of this would be local art from local Arizona artists that's been purchased in various art shows and is on display here.
Yes, and the patrons really appreciate it. They really like being surrounded by this art. It's just an additional value in it. The Adult Center is very social, and we have a lot of fitness related, but we also have people that are interested in the arts.
Yeah, and I noticed as we came in and we're in the lobby that there's a large commissioned piece of art that is actually the glass railing for the staircase in the upper balcony.
We get a lot of comments on that. It really is a vibrant piece, and people notice it.
Yeah. Well, I think it's really important to bring art into our everyday lives and in every opportunity we get, so I'm glad that the patrons here are enjoying the art that we have.
Well, and they express their gratitude often.
Well, that's great. Good. Well, let's show some more.
3, 2, 1,
Well, Anthony, it looks like we're in an exercise room now. Is that right?
We sure are. This is the room that we use the most here at the center. As I was telling you before, we have that large variety of fitness classes that we have here. What I didn't mention was that we also have our line dance class meets here. We have a volunteer that does a karate class. And then we have another volunteer that actually does belly dancing for seniors.
Wow,
So,
that's a
yes,
wide variety of things.
It is.
I think as we were walking in, I noticed a stretch class that was just ending, it looked like.
Yes, right after our Silver Sneakers class, and the Silver Sneakers class is a chair, ball, and weight and band exercise class. Right after that, there's a few members that want to have a little additional stretching done, so they stay after class and they go ahead and do that.
And that's one of the great things about this facility is that no matter what your activity level, if it's very high and you want to be lifting weights and doing the treadmill and all of that, you can. But if you have a lower activity level or if you're just a beginner and you need to work on flexibility and those sorts of things, we have programs that are designed for them too.
And that's about being inclusive.
Yeah.
We want to try and serve as many people as possible and offer a wide variety of activities.
Now, and a wide variety includes, like, I know we were talking about Wii bowling a little bit earlier, where they bowl with the aid of a computer and a screen and all of that, like an arcade almost.
Another popular activity, it draws a very welcoming group. So if there's anybody out there that wants to give it a try, I highly recommend coming. This group is very welcoming, as I said, and they love to have new people. Plus they like the competition.
Now we have other classes and programs too, I think quilting and other things like that. You want to share some of those with us?
Sure I can, yes. Well, we have a group here, it's the sewing group, and what they do is their mission is to be of service to the community and to use their skill at sewing. So these are people that, predominantly women, that know how to sew, and this is one of their passions. And what they do is they get a large amount of material donated, and then we have a grant which supplies some additional equipment and resources, and they use that together and they make lap quilts, cot blankets, wheelchair bags, a wide variety of things that are used in the community, and they don't sell one of them. They're all given away. So we have many agencies that come put their orders in for those type of things, and then they come and meet the sewing group, and then they take those items back to their communities, and that's basically an outreach for that particular group.
So they take the combination of the donated material, the grant money for other supplies that they need, they combine that with their donated labor, and they create things for people in the community so that their lives are made easier for free.
Yes, exactly.
Well, that's just terrific. That's the spirit of Glendale, really.
And they get to socialize. Yes.
Yeah, very good.
We do have the Senior Fiesta dancers that they meet in another room next door, and so that's been a group that's been with the center way before I was here, so that they've been 17 years plus. And what they have an interest in is Mexican dance. We provide the instructor, and what she does is she creates programs for them, and they practice here at the Adult Center. And then what they do is they take that knowledge and their skill and their handmade costumes, and they go out into the community, usually during Hispanic-oriented fiestas and or events, and they present themselves, and so the community gets to see an older group of senior women participating in an activity that's culturally appropriate for them, and that's the way that they give back. That's their way of being of service.
Well, that's terrific. So they not only get some out of it, but they also give back much more than they get, I'm sure.
Yes.